So in our first lab, we are going to configure DMVPN phase 1. So what is DMVPN phase 1? It says a spoke to hub communication. So it's always a spoke to hub communication, meaning what? If a spoke want to configure or if spoke is configured as DMVPN's client, this client when it want to talk to this guy another spoke, it has to come via hub always. That's the phase 1. In phase 2, the spoke can talk to spoke directly. Of course, the real path is going to be via hub, but traceroute will show that it's bypassing the hub and going directly to the spokes. Let's start our journey with phase 1 configuration of DMVPN. In this lab, we will see about DMVPN, which is the enhanced version of GRE, we can call it as. DMVPN expands to dynamic multi-point virtual private network, which uses hub and spoke topology. I'm going to make R2 as hub, R8 and R9 as spokes. For this to work, you should have an underlying protocol. It can be OSPF, it can be AGRP, or any protocol or even static route. The criteria is that you should be able to ping the hubs or spoke interfaces from hub. So I'm just verifying my configuration. Everything is good. I'm able to ping. I'm sorry, I should be able to ping from here, right? So I can ping the hubs, ping the spoke routers from hub router. That's good because I'm running OSPF in my underlying network. So let's configure DMVPN. So my DMVPN IP or internal interface IP on hub is 192.168.1.1. Here 1.2 and 1.3. My loopback IP on R2, R3, R4 are same as the router number. R2 loopback is 2222, 3333, 5555, 8888 here, exactly same as IPs. Let's configure interface tunnel. You can use 02214XYZ value. I'm going to use interface tunnel 1. Let's configure IP address quickly 192.168.1.1 255.255.255.0 sorry 0. Not sure what is that. Let me close this one moment. Okay, that went. Oh, oh, that's good. Thank you. Sorry for that, guys. So I want to show you one something. Do show IP interface brief include tunnel. Now you can see my tunnel interface is down. Let me configure tunnel source now. Tunnel source loopback 0. Still showing down. Until unless you configure IP address, tunnel source and tunnel destination, this interface will never come up. So here we are not going to define tunnel destination because the DMVPN connection, right? So we'll say tunnel mode GRE multi-point. Now you can see it became up now. So these three commands are very important to make sure your tunnel is up. Let me show you again. Show running configuration interface tunnel 1. These are the three commands: IP address, tunnel source and tunnel mode GRE multi-point. Let's configure NHRP here. Interface tunnel 1 IP NHRP. You are going to give only network ID here. You can give the network ID ranging from 1 to 429 XYZ. I'm using network ID 1. If you're using two hub topology, in that case network ID has to match between those two hubs. You can use different network ID on R8, which is one spoke, and R9 on the other spoke. Let me try this out. On R8, I'm going to define the tunnel interface tunnel 1. IP address is dot 21 192.168.1.2 255.255.255.0. Tunnel source is my loopback 0. Tunnel destination is my, who's that guy? R2's loopback. Great. Now let's start with IP NHRP command. IP NHRP. I'm going to say who is the next hop server, which is 192.168.1.1. is my next stop server. Can I pick my next stop server? I cannot, because R8, which is one spoke, you don't know how to reach that particular tunnel IP, which lies on R2. So we have to define how to reach the next stop server IP. The command is very simple: IP NHRP map this guy with loopback IP. That's it. Now let me check if it works. If it doesn't work in GNS3, don't worry guys. It's a normal behavior. You just need to reboot these devices. But in the real environment, you should be able to ping. Okay. Let me configure the network ID also. IP NHRP network ID is 1. I'm just giving 1 to make sure I have a common configurations on hub and spoke. But you can give any other values also. So let me show you the configuration now. Let me close this one. Okay. Let me show you the spoke configuration. Show running configuration interface tunnel 1. So 4 IP configurations and 2 tunnel configurations are there. If you check out here, I'm sorry again. If I check out here, show running interface tunnel 1, 2 IP and 2 tunnel. Let me check if my tunnel is up now. Show IP NHRP. You can see my tunnel is up with the help of dynamic mode. But here in R8, I made it as static, right? Let me check. Show IP NHRP. Here it says static. That's awesome. Let me go ahead and check the DMVPN connection. Show DMVPN. My DMVPN is up. That's good. Is it up here? Show DMVPN. That's good. That's up again. Now let me check if I can ping 192.168.1.1. Now I can ping. Again, I'm telling in certain cases this ping will not work even after you configure network ID. In that case, I recommend to just save your configuration and reboot the devices. It will work for sure. It happened to me multiple times. That's why I'm giving you zero team. But this will not happen in your normal network environment with the real devices. Now, how to configure R9? Very easy. Just copy paste entire R8's configuration. Show running configuration interface tunnel 1. I'm gonna copy the entire configuration from here. Look what I'm gonna paste it here first because I have to change the IP address, right? That's why I'm gonna make it's 192.168.1.3. Everything is same. Go back here, just paste it. There you go. Tunnel came up. Show IP NHRP. Show IP NHRP. That came up. Let's go to R2 and verify it. Show IP NHRP. Okay. Now I see my NHRP tunnels are up between R8 and R9. Let's check out here. Show IP NHRP. This guy spoke has only configuration with DMVPN connection or connect the NHRP connection only with hub guy. And similarly here, show IP NHRP. This one. That's the phase 1. So phase 1 says that you should have connectivity from hub and spoke only. Spoke to spoke communication should always happen via hub, which is not the case in phase 2. In phase 2, you can have spoke to spoke communication directly without involving hub. Even though the traffic goes via hub, but in phase 2, you'll be seeing that R8 when tracing to R9, it goes directly. So it forms tunnel like this. It goes here, it comes exactly here without disturbing R2. Let me ping 192.168.1.3 IP, which is R9's tunnel interface. I can ping. If I do a trace route, okay, 3, I'm sorry. So every time I trace, it will go via the hub router. That's the feature. Thank you guys. I'll be releasing out my next video for phase 2, where we're going to establish a connection from hub to, I'm sorry, spoke to spoke. Thank you for watching.